Alrighty. Let's get going here so everyone can go enjoy the rest of their evening. So welcome to this session. We're super excited to have you all joining us in 2.5 short weeks in Breckenridge. So tonight's purpose is just to kind of go through some of the pre-event jitters, answer any questions you guys might have, and just help you understand sort of the expectations and what a wonderful experience you're going to have out there. So before we get diving in here, I'd like to take a minute to introduce everybody on our team. I'm Dana Dodge. I think I've communicated with most of you a lot of times already, but I will be in the room with you all week and along with many of these faces on the screen here. I'm currently the Member Services Manager at Move United, but for the purposes of Ski Spec, I'm just your Learn to Ski lead for Move United and get to spend the week watching you guys all have a really fantastic time. So I'm going to hand it to Britt to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. Britt Derecha, Member Services Manager for Individuals, so kind of the opposite side of Dana. I am the back-end admin side of Ski Spec, overseeing VA scholarships and ambassadors. So I will not be on site with all of you, but I know that you will have an amazing time, and I look forward to hearing how it goes for each of you.
Bill Sny.
Yeah. And I'm Bill Snyder. I'm the Chief Financial Officer with Move United, and I will be on site with you. So I will be one of your major contacts while you're there.
Kathy.
Yes, I'm Kathy Chandler, and I am one of the people who is doing all the matching of the participants and the wonderful instructors that we have coming from all over the country.
Awesome. Thanks, Kath. Tracy, your turn. Showing off the blue skies.
I know. Well, we've had lots of rain here. Hi, I'm Tracy, everybody. I help Kathy, Bill, and Dana do whatever they need me to do.
Thanks, Trace. And then Yuri isn't on this evening, but he is our connection, our Breckenridge connection, doing a snow dance for us right now. And he works for the BOEC. We'll also be working alongside Kathy and Tracy and Bill and I in the room. Very tall. You can't miss him. Also just a lovely human being. So you get to meet him in person soon. So also, just so you guys know, I know you've got a main point of contact leading up to the event, but feel free to drop any questions you have during the session in the chat here, and Britt will interrupt me as needed. We will also drop some important links and things for you to check out along the way as well. So, and you'll be getting it all via email next week with the sort of the final reminders leading up to the event. So, on to a much more fun version of Ski Spec. So this is last year's closing ceremony video, but just a good way to build some stoke.
You came here with questions. So many what ifs. But what if you hadn't challenged yourself? How would you have learned how strong you really are? Would you have believed how far you could go? How much progress you could make? If you hadn't pushed your doubts aside and said, "Bring it on." And what if you hadn't fallen down? Then you'd never know how much fun getting back up and trying again could be. Or at least it is when you're together with friends. All those questions and more were answered this week. So now you know. You know you can do the hard things. And sometimes it's the hard things that turn out to be the very best things.
Awesome. Just a little taste of what we hope you all experience this upcoming Hartford Ski Spectacular. So let's get to the nitty-gritty. So before you go, I think so Britt has been the contact for the VA scholarship folks leading up to the event. Bill will be your contact on site. So if you have questions about where you need to be and when, he's your guy. And we'll make sure you have his contact information through the week. And Heather and Harvey have been the contacts for the BAMC group and the Walter Reed group. So a lot of this stuff has been sorted with them. And so if this is your first time hearing it, don't worry. Everything's going to be fine and they will continue to help you coordinate it all. So before you go, specifically for the VA scholarship folks, you should request some airport support from TSA through your home airport. We have coordinated it on the Denver side of things, so you don't need to worry about that, but they can provide you assistance in getting to your gate and all of that. Check your gear. I think a lot of you are renting or utilizing adaptive equipment through the program, which is fantastic, and we'll get you set it up. But if you are bringing your own gear, take it out of the closet, wipe the dust off it, take a look at it, make sure it's working all right. We don't want you to show up and then you have to figure out a plan last minute, but we of course will help facilitate that if we do come to that hopefully not scenario. Also your personal gear. I know some of you are flying through areas that are not wintry in any way. So if you don't have heavy snow gear, snowboard gear, pants, any of that, the Breckenridge Outdoor Education Center will provide some equipment for you to borrow throughout the week. As I said in our previous session, it's not going to be the most up-to-date or stylish version, but it will do the job and it will keep you warm. So if that's something you need to tap into, you can definitely do that. Otherwise, pack lots of layers. They do call it Breckenridge for a reason. It's chilly, it's windy. It could also be really warm and nice. So pack it all that, you might need to add a layer or take a layer off. And try to avoid cotton at all costs. And then our banquet pieces, which you all are invited to, will have a Warfighter welcome dinner on Sunday of arrival, which we understand is a long day for you, but kind of a way to get to meet everybody else who's coming as well. And then we have an opening and a closing ceremony. We call it mountain casual, but really you can dress however you like. If it's fancy, great. If it's not fancy, great. We see a lot of flannel and casual, so whatever you're most comfortable in. And hydrate. Start hydrating now. Stay hydrated. We'll talk about altitude here in a minute, but that's definitely something to consider as well. You'll also see these QR codes on the top of the page here for Android and Apple. This is the link that will get you to download our app. It is not quite live yet. You'll be able to download it, but it's not updated with this year's. Next week, it will be updated. You'll get that final reminder email and it will be ready to go in there. So there'll be another reminder coming to you. So if you don't get it now, don't worry. We'll catch you later. Britt, any questions before I keep going?
Nothing yet.
Okay. Upon arrival, I think majority of you are utilizing our transportation up the mountain, our lovely buses. So at Denver Airport, you're going to see Bill's smiling face waiting for you near door 502 West, level 5. So that's where all the Move United folks that are utilizing transportation will meet. We're going to have you check in with the staff and tag all your luggage. We'll have some tags made up for you. Really, why that's important is when we get on site, the concierge folks will know who you are and to deliver your bags to your room, so you don't need to worry about that. So just make sure you tag your stuff. Also, it's a bit of a ride, and depending on the weather, it could be even more of a bit of a ride. So make sure that you have everything that you're going to need in the short term, 2 to 3 hours, on you on the bus. Everything else is going to go under the bus. So medications, electronics, chargers, phone, that thing should go on the bus with you. And then get on the bus when Bill tells you to. That's my only direction there. He's going to give you a time, and we have a plan for it all. And for the VA folks, you'll probably be in contact with Bill if you have any issues or delays, just to let him know. And then for the BAMC folks and Walter Reed, your group leads will let us know if there's any hinges. But we know you're coming. You have a ride. Don't worry about that. And continue to hydrate. We will have some snacks and water on the bus for you. But yeah, the ride up the hill, you gain a lot of altitude and that can come with some side effects. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Any questions, Brett?
Nothing yet.
Okay. At Beaver Run, the bus is going to drop you off, I believe, actually, Bill, you might be the best one to speak to this, the back door, right? Between buildings. No.
No.
Okay.
No, it drops you right into the main lobby. So
Okay. All right. So we're going to have some folks waiting for you there to help kind of bring you to the right area, because if you've been to Beaver Run, it can be very confusing building, and we want to make sure that you get through registration. There's a number of items that we need to get you through that first day so that the rest of the week can keep going smoothly. So check in with the volunteers in the lobby area. They're going to bring you to registration first, which is in the conference center. It's going to be on the third floor, which it's going to be the same area you're going to for your lessons, just down 2 floors. So you're going to check in there. They're going to give you lots of goodies. You can stop and talk to Tracy and Kathy and I if you have questions or you just want to talk about what to expect. We'll be in there. And then our volunteers are going to get you down to the Epic Pass window if you need an Epic Pass, which we've collected that information. And then through the rental areas if you need stand-up ski or snowboard equipment. Those things will all help it so that on Monday morning or afternoon when you come out for your lessons, we'll be ready to go. If it doesn't work out, if there's delays, don't worry, we'll figure that out. It's not something that you need to worry about. And then lastly, you'll check into your hotel room after you've been through those other processes. And you have been sorted out with a roommate, and your leads have helped me assign that. So you'll find that out on site. And then the Warfighter dinner will be that evening, which is free food and a great way to meet all the other veterans that are on site as well. So I'd encourage you to attend that. And keep drinking water because altitude will be setting in. Any questions, Brett?
Nothing yet.
Oh man, quiet group. All right. Well, we hit the Epic Pass piece, but for Monday lessons, we're going to pick up your rental equipment and make sure that's in the Learn to Ski and Snowboard room so it's ready to go. You do not need to worry about toting it back and forth to your hotel room. It can live in the Learn to Ski room for the week. If you're using any adaptive equipment like a sit ski, a ski bike, or it's okay if you don't know what you're using yet, we'll help you figure that out. We will do all the fitting for that on Monday morning, so that is something you can take off your plate for Sunday. And Tracy, the lovely Tracy, will be waiting for you in the rental shop and can help walk you through your questions of, do I need this equipment? Don't I? Any of that. And then ski clothing, like we mentioned, will be available Monday morning or afternoon when you come through the Learn to Ski room. So if you need anything, you'll check it out with the BOEC staff, whether it be snow pants, a jacket, they've got lots of helmets, things like that. So please come a couple minutes early, because if you've ever been skiing, it takes a little bit to get ready, and we want to make sure that you guys get on snow and are able to maximize your time out there. The VA scholarship folks, your lesson times will be coming out shortly. When the app goes live, once you sign in, it will actually auto-populate when your lesson times are, but we'll let you know in the next week with that final email. For the Walter Reed folks, you guys are going to be taking morning lessons through the week. And for the BAMC folks, you're going to be taking afternoon lessons. If you have an interest in taking more than just a half-day lesson, please let us know as soon as possible. Or if you don't know yet and you want to just test it out when you get there, let us know after your lesson. Hey, I'd love to get out, and we're going to try our best to do that for you. But as it stands right now, everyone's scheduled for half-day lessons. Anything to add there, team? No? Any questions, Britt?
Not yet.
All right. Daily expectations, we really just hit just about all of this on the last one. 10 to 15 minutes early. If for some reason you are going to be late or you can't make it, you need to cancel, please communicate that with your lead, whether that be Bill or Heather or Harvey, just so if we have people on the wait list, we can fit them in. Or if you're running late, that would be amazing for us to know as well. Typically, if you're more than 30 minutes late, we're going to let your instructors go do something else and not sit around and wait for you. So it's imperative that you let us know if you're going to be late. We talked about the full day lesson piece, letting us know if you want to add in anything in ski gear. And you're going to meet in the Learn to Ski and Snowboard room every single day. There's a good chance that you're going to be with similar instructors throughout the week, and you're going to be friendly and have a really good time. But it's really important that you check in with us before you go out on every single lesson. And for a lot of reasons, your instructor needs a ticket, so they have to come see us. And we just want to see how things are going. So make sure that you're checking in with us. And then follow the event code of contact, which you have all agreed to already in registration, but it will be available on the app. I will share it out in the final communications next week, and it's posted really everywhere through the event. Anything else to add, team, on daily expectations? Nada.
Dana, what will participants be doing after their half-day lesson or before if they have afternoon lessons?
Yeah, so it's completely up to you how you'd like to fill your day. There's lots of opportunities. And Britt, if you don't mind dropping the schedule in the chat, that would be great. Um, Lots of things to tap into. There's socials, which we're going to talk about in the evenings. There's opening and closing banquet. There's educational sessions. We also have a sled hockey session that you could join into to try something different. So you can fill your day how you choose. Any other questions, Britt?
That's it for now.
We already dove into this, but more than lessons. So we'll have you on your credentials when you registered with us. On the back of it, I will have a printed sort of schedule for you, which will outline the bigger things happening through the week, like what time your lessons are, the banquets, the socials, things like that. You are invited to them all. It's also okay if you decide I need to rest and I don't want to go to the bingo night or I don't want to go to theme night. But they're just opportunities that exist to engage with the other staff and participants from across the country there. And then we will check in with your leads about if you'd like to attend sled hockey. For some of you, it might mean foregoing your lesson. I believe it's in the afternoon. But that's a choice you can make, and it's totally fine. We support you. It's a really cool opportunity to try something else as well.
Dana, if folks want to continue to ski on their own, is that allowed after their lesson is completed?
I'm just going to hand this right over to Kathy. Hold on. Asking you to unmute, Kath.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to decide with your instructor and whoever is the head of your group. We discourage it, especially on day one, because I can tell you that by day 3, everybody is exhausted, and we want you to be able to ski all week. So we do discourage it, but if it's something that you and your instructor and the head of your group all say, yes, this person can ski on their own, then we may let it happen.
Awesome. Thanks, Kathy. And then is it possible for participants to take a snowboarding and a ski lesson split between morning and afternoon?
Does that mean they could take? They're asking if they could do a morning ski lesson and then an afternoon snowboard lesson?
Yes, I think so.
If that's the case, if I have instructors available, yes.
So as it stands right now for everyone's lessons, you're scheduled for your half day for whatever discipline you indicated in your registration that you would like to do. So if it was snowboarding, that's what we've got you for. If you want to change, which you might, there's a lot of falling involved in snowboarding. It can be a little painful. And we've seen a lot of people switch to skiing. That's totally fine. But we can talk about it on site. And Tracy will be at the rental shop to meet and greet you on Sunday. So I'd say get the equipment you plan for. And then if we're able to accommodate, we'll make the change and get more rental equipment when we need it.
And if it's that you want to ski all day and do half and half, I just have to line up an instructor that can do that.
Mhm.
So it's important for me to know that up front.
Mhm. Tracy, anything to add here?
Nope.
Okay, great.
That's it for now. Thanks.
All right. Next, so we talked about this a little bit, but the event app will be automated to your schedule when you log into it. So next week when you get that email, please check it out. This credential, my fake BAMC credential here, is what your credential will look like on the back of the lanyard that we give you. So outlines the lesson time as it stands right now, banquets, things, important things, and then also important contacts, which is going to be me and Bill this year if you need something, aside from your group lead as well. I do want to mention that there is medical support on site through Walter Reed for our military participants. They're going to be on the second floor of the building, but they're really there for lesson specific concerns. So if something happens after hours, that wouldn't be something they wouldn't be available to cater to. So reaching out to your lead and figuring out the next steps. There's a local clinic, there's a hospital close by. But we're going to cross our fingers that we don't have to worry about any of that, but wanted you to be aware that it's available. We also do have a processist on site to help you make any minor tweaks there. And then a lovely seating, Kendra Betts will be there helping to do some fine tuning on seating for skis and all the adaptive equipment as well if you're going to be a participant in adaptive equipment. All right. Any other questions, Brett?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Just some FAQs and then probably have Britt drop a bunch of other things in the chat here. But can your family member, friend ski with you? This is kind of a relevant question for you guys. Whoever's coming with you in your group, we have sorted that out with the exception of anyone that's coming as a caretaker with a VA scholarship, folks. So if you're in that scenario and you have someone interested, please reach out to us ahead of time and we can figure out if we can make it happen. Should I worry about altitude sickness? Yes, you should be thinking about it. It's a thing. For a lot of people, this might be your first time at this sort of altitude, which is going to be amazing and you're going to have a great time, but it does come with some tricky side effects. So, shortness of breath, you'll walk up the stairs and be like, wow, I feel like I ran a marathon. Your heart rate will probably be higher. You might not be sleeping as well. Headache, dizziness, things like that are all parts of altitude sickness. So, the best way to combat that is to drink lots of water and avoid alcohol. It could also be worth, talking to your primary care physician about some potential medication to help offset, just in case you end up in that scenario. But that is something you can also talk to the Walter Reed medical folks on site about if you feel like you might be in that boat. So, will you have a roommate? Yes, that's all prearranged through us, and your group leads have helped coordinate that, so that should be all set in. It is into Beaver Run now, so when you check in, you will find out who your roommate is if you don't know already. Service dog, I don't believe anyone's indicated they're bringing a service dog, but if I'm wrong on that, just know that unfortunately we would love to spend time with your service dog, but we do not have the bandwidth to supervise your service dog while you're out on the hill. And from a Beaver Run perspective, you are not allowed to leave your service dog unsupervised in your room. So you'll need to do some planning with your group lead to figure out something if you are bringing one. So reach out if you have questions. We might be able to help you troubleshoot that. Sled hockey and social events. No, you guys did not register for it. In fact, you didn't even have the option to register through the pathway that you went through. So social events require no registration. It's come if you choose and have fun. Sled hockey, we will do registration through your group leads the day before. So you can expect to hear from Bill or Heather or Harvey asking you if you want to participate in it. And then we will sort out the transportation and getting you to the ice rink to try sled hockey. Staying aware of changes throughout the week. I have a lovely meeting with your therapist during the week, and Bill is the guest therapist this week. Each evening to kind of keep you guys up to date of changes that are coming down the pipeline. But we frequently have some short-term notice things like a change of location or time or stuff like that, that will come through the app as a notification. So it's really important that you download that. And most importantly, that is where Ski Patrol lets us know and we let you guys know that they are going to do any sort of blasting for avalanche danger, which can be really loud and alarming when you're on the hill. So we try to let you guys know, 10, 15, 20 minutes in advance, really as far as they give us. But that is something that they do for all of our safety. So um, additional support on site. I'm not too worried about this with you guys, but if you are in need of assistive equipment, whether that be a wheelchair, scooter, things like that, I would plan to bring it with you. The hotel does have 2 very basic manual wheelchairs up front, but they're for emergencies only for folks staying at the hotel. So if you think you're going to need it, I'd bring it. If that feels like it's not feasible, please reach out. Or Britt can drop it in the chat here. There is rental options for assistive equipment if you want to tap into that. And the hotel, as we've talked about, is very large and complex. It can be confusing, and it does entail a good bit of rolling and walking. So just know that if you need additional support with that, connect with your group lead, a friend, family member. The hotel is not able to assist with that in any way. So. Getting into town from Beaver Run. Yes, you can get into town. You can get to lots of places. There's a free, Breck Free shuttle. Breck Free Ride is actually the name of it. And they run lots of lines through town. And Britt can drop that schedule in the chat here for you so you can check it out. There's also a Beaver Run shuttle that can bring you places as well. And they run pretty early and pretty late each night, and that could be a good option to kind of check out downtown. I was going to say downtown Ski Spec. Downtown Breckenridge is what I meant. So feel free to enjoy the whole territory while we're up there. Any other questions, Britt, or things that come to mind from Bill, Kathy, Tracy?
Yes. How many people will be in each room? I'm assuming sleeping room.
Yeah, it's 2 max per room. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for now.
All right. Any other frequently asked questions I'm forgetting, Kathy, Tracy, that this group might want to know? No. Bill? All right. Last but not least, our theme night, which is Thursday night this year, is going to be Ugly Sweater. This is a very Christmassy version of it. It does not have to be a Christmas sweater. That's just the version of these pictures. So bring your ugly sweaters. People really do go all out for theme night, so have fun with it. Any other questions? I'm going to put up our contacts here in case folks want to reach out leading up to the event.
The only other question is, what if I requested my own room? If you requested your own room and we already have you down for that, then you will not have a roommate and you will pay half of the cost of your room at check-in.
Another thing that I didn't mention in here is that you will be on top of those banquet tickets that you'll get, which includes a free meal those 3 nights. You'll be getting what we call sort of like a meal voucher card, and that can be used any place within Beaver Run. And there's a couple options of restaurants and a little market and things like that. So that is just to help you guys offset the cost of the meals that aren't covered throughout the week. And it does work like a credit card, so you need to hang on to it because if you lose it, it's gone forever. So please be very, very careful with it. Anything else?
No other questions in the chat or the Q&A right now.
Man, such a quiet group tonight. All right. Well, we're really looking forward to having you all, and feel free to reach out in the meantime. We've got about 2.5 weeks to go, but you will hear from us a couple times here. But have a lovely Thanksgiving, and we can't wait to meet you all in a few short weeks.